In an all-hands meeting this week, Musk, back at Tesla, begged employees to, quote, hang on to your stock.
Worries over Musk's ability to run the car company while working around the clock figuring out ways to slash federal government spending have sent the stock crashing down 50% from its high.
People should be focused on is sales, which are also falling, right? So we're obviously seeing activists and Elon Musk becoming kind of a target.
Elon Musk's Tesla juggernaut has suddenly slammed into a perfect storm of political hostility and breakneck economic tension. In early 2025, Canadian authorities introduced a 100% retaliatory tariff on certain imports, including Tesla's prized Model Y. This jolt effectively doubled the sticker price overnight and erased the electric car maker's promising foothold in Canada. Observers note that many drivers who once supported Tesla's EV revolution are now retreating.
From the people that have that are fearing what's happening to our government.
Citing outrageous costs. The damage did not stop there. In a severe blow to Musk's broader ventures, the same Canadian officials reportedly canceled a $66 million contract with Starlink, steps that some believe were deliberate retaliation rather than tactical economic maneuvers. Following these jolts, Tesla's share price tumbled nearly 29% over the course of a month. Speculators at Vanguard, BlackRock, and beyond watched in alarm as their previously unshakable confidence rattled. At the heart of the drama lies Musk's rising frustration. The latest transcripts reveal a CEO who feels punished for shining a light on certain government misdeeds. He claims officials have twisted national security or confidentiality rhetoric to silence critics. Is that an overreach or a justified stance? Such questions are splitting public opinion squarely down the middle. The tension flared again when Canadian leadership released new statements in early 2025, warning that the floodgates could open for additional tariffs should the United States continue to rattle North American trade relations. Those words ring with time-sensitive urgency, especially considering how quickly the first wave of penalties struck. In the eyes of some, the Tesla fiasco is merely a prelude to a wider crackdown on high-tech U.S. exports that often mix commerce with politics. Adding more heat, tabloids in January 2025 ran sensational stories about Musk's stretched attention. Readers scoffed at the idea of a man simultaneously juggling Tesla, SpaceX, and the newly acquired Twitter platform. Unfazed, Musk insisted on maintaining hands-on roles in each enterprise, but critics remain doubtful. The swirling perception that he's out of touch or absent during critical moments has fanned the flames. Amid tweets about global affairs and satellite launches, the head of Tesla appears to be locked in a perpetual public relations war. Could these tariffs and canceled contracts spark a chain reaction that hits not just Musk's corporate empire, but also the entire electric vehicle sector? Questions abound, and answers feel elusive. One camp insists it's high time the billionaire faced accountability. Another contends Canada's moves are the opening salvo of a politically charged power play that ends up hurting consumers first. Either way, the sense of urgency is palpable. Only weeks earlier, Tesla stood unchanged as a leader in electrification. Now, it stands in the crosshairs of an unpredictable global standoff.
He's been promulgating his views on X. He's been standing up for a government that wants to go out and dismiss lots of federal government employees. Some people like that, some people don't, but it's made him into a polarizing figure.
As this global storm gathers force, many wonder how far the shockwaves can spread. The road ahead brims with volatility, and one false move might spark the blaze that turns Tesla's crisis into a worldwide conflagration. The next chapter may decide not just Musk's fate, but the fate of the fast-shifting EV landscape itself. Pressure is mounting on all fronts. The once glimmering gigafactory in Germany no longer serves as Tesla's pride and joy. By February 2025, sales in that region had dipped by a remarkable 70% compared to prior quarters. Internal sources whisper about potential closures of certain workshops and a freeze on further expansion. It is a stark contrast to the enthusiastic fanfare that accompanied the plant's grand opening not so long ago. The turmoil intensifies beyond the factory floor. Reports in France reveal a staggering 40% surge in vandalism incidents directed at Tesla vehicles since February. Sprayed graffiti accusing the brand of one-sided politics have become a common sight. Worse still are the documented cases of arson. Burned vehicles left smoldering in suburban parking lots. Authorities remain tight-lipped on suspects or motives, but the wave of destruction is fueling alarm both domestically and abroad. Might these violent acts hint at a deeper anti-Tesla sentiment that transcends mere product dissatisfaction? Meanwhile, discontent among U.S. owners is taking a quieter yet equally telling form. Some drivers have begun covering their Tesla logos in an effort to dodge the polarizing debates surrounding Musk's outspoken stances. Where once the sleek badge stood as a point of pride, it now brings uncomfortable questions about brand identity. Could that be the clearest sign yet that Tesla's public image, once bulletproof, is under serious threat? Australia has not flinched in delivering hard truths either. Local data pinpoints a 30% monthly drop in Tesla sales, the worst since the early days of 2023. This sudden decline represents a golden chance for rivals to expand into the Aussie EV market with minimal resistance. Some critics say Tesla's simultaneous challenges reflect a major vulnerability. By occupying center stage, Tesla became a target from all sides, a scenario that remains both mesmerizing and troubling to watch. Across the Pacific, Chinese manufacturer BYD is capitalizing on the chaos. In an unexpected twist, they have reportedly surpassed Tesla in global EV market share. With fresh partnerships and next-generation tech under their belt, the Chinese leader has wooed nearly half of Tesla's former Chinese customer base. The strategic contrast is sharp. BYD focuses on rapid iteration, new models, advanced safety features, and continuous cost-cutting, while Tesla grapples with negative press and operational slowdowns. As rumors swirl that more countries are considering their own tariffs or adopting new safety standards, the time-sensitive urgency within the industry is at an all-time high. Scrutinizing press releases from late February 2025 suggests that many regulators worldwide feel emboldened to impose demands on foreign EV imports. Are these looming regulations an extension of economic protectionism or a genuine push for higher safety standards? Skeptics worry the latter is just a pretense for countries seeking greater leverage against Musk. Amid these flashpoints erupting across continents, the pivotal question is not if the turmoil will ignite further, but why events escalated so violently in the first place. Is Tesla an unfortunate casualty of a global game of chess, or did the automaker sow the seeds of its own downfall? Next, the underpinnings of this conflict come into closer focus. Speaking of big moves, if this resonates, give it a like. It helps more viewers connect with these important narratives. And do not forget to subscribe and tap notifications to stay informed as this high-stakes saga unfolds. Caught between political crossfire and its own growing pains, Tesla now finds itself surrounded by layered complexities. Musk's close ties, or at least perceived sympathies, with figures like Donald Trump once seemed unremarkable. But for some foreign governments, that alignment cemented Tesla as a prime bargaining chip, an easy U.S. target to press for policy concessions. Canada's high tariffs, for example, appear to double as both commercial punishment and a shot across Washington's bow. Another piece of this puzzle is Tesla's fabled vertical integration. In earlier years, forging nearly every component in-house allowed Musk's teams to pivot quickly and bypass supply chain logjams. But fast forward to 2025, and that same setup feels cumbersome. Tesla's massive factories are not as flexible as they once appeared. Maintenances are costlier, and overhauls to meet shifting trade rules require more time. Some insiders reveal that the company's overhead has ballooned as raw materials become entangled in tariff disputes, leading to inflated final costs. Internal dynamics also gnaw at Tesla from within. A major round of layoffs that began in 2024 shook morale to the core. Key engineers, people who developed Tesla's signature battery and software breakthroughs, walked out in droves, taking their expertise to competitors like BYD, Lucid, and Rivian. The ensuing brain drain left Tesla's engineering bench thinner than it has been in years. Could competition be racing ahead fueled by knowledge that originated in Musk's own labs? All eyes remain locked on the Model 2, once hailed as the masterstroke to reclaim Tesla's edge. For months, the company teased an affordable EV that might undercut all rivals and usher in the next wave of mass adoption. Yet leaked accounts suggest ongoing supply chain snags and a troubling lack of R&D funds hamper that dream. Until those details are clarified, speculation abounds. Is the Model 2 on track? Or is it simply a concept overshadowed by financial realities? But what if the crisis is exaggerated? A handful of contrarian analysts argue that Tesla's global supercharger network still towers above rival charging infrastructure. Its software ecosystems, from over-the-air updates to regenerative braking optimizations, remain best in class. These observers insist the brand can roar back if it seizes the moment to refine production lines and forge new collaborations. Others, however, believe the empire was always overstated, a shining facade built on fervent hype that was bound to correct itself. From the vantage point of fresh EV buyers faced with an onslaught of novel options, Tesla's once radical offerings might appear less compelling, and that sense of newness once tied to Musk's brand has lost its gloss. With these pitfalls laid bare, the looming question is how all this will echo through the broader business landscape. If Tesla cannot navigate these troubles, what ripple effects stand to strike the very underpinnings of automotive and economic progress? The next step is to measure the far-reaching impacts that may hit unsuspecting corners of the market and personal pocketbooks. Tesla's predicament goes far beyond Musk's net worth or a handful of disgruntled shareholders. If Canada's retaliatory model sets precedent, government leaders worldwide may embrace similar tactics. New tariffs on automakers that carry even a whiff of alignment with volatile US politics. Observers in Brussels remark that the path to local market protectionism could be cleared under the banner of national interest, effectively boxing out foreign EV competition. This sense of time-sensitive urgency has soared since late February 2025, when European officials seemed ready to expand import duties. With Tesla's brand under siege, upcoming Chinese heavyweights like BYD have wasted no time establishing deeper footholds in Europe. Offering cleverly priced models and state-of-the-art safety gear, these companies reshuffle a market that Tesla once viewed as prime territory. Gone are the days when Tesla was the only game in town for cutting-edge battery tech. Now, other manufacturers stand ready with equal, or in some cases superior capabilities, tailored to meet stricter safety regulations. But it is not just direct competitors moving on from Tesla's shadow. Rumors abound that institutional investors, spooked by the fiasco, may reduce stakes in EV funds altogether. If mutual funds see the world's most recognizable EV brand as vulnerable, the wave of caution could gut the sector's liquidity. A spillover effect might stall promising startups that rely on robust investor confidence, leaving them stranded at the worst possible moment. Brand trust is a delicate thing. As Tesla's woes mount, discussions turn to projects like Neuralink or The Boring Company. Both rely on Musk's image as an indefatigable visionary with an otherworldly success rate. Now, however, critics are more likely to question each advanced pitch. Is the CEO too encumbered by trade wars and political feuds to guide large-scale innovation across so many fields simultaneously? That seed of doubt, once planted, can spread quickly. Local governments, of course, face their own mounting pressures. Draft proposals from mid-2025 hint at new EV taxes or surcharges in crowded cities trying to manage infrastructure concerns. These moves merely add to the hurdles Musk and his peers must navigate, compounding a sentiment that early adopters now stand at a crossroads between novelty and burdensome regulation. Speculation is equally fierce about how Tesla might regroup. Ideas range from strategic partnerships with legacy automakers to an internal shakeup that sees Musk backed away from Tesla's day-to-day leadership. Some market watchers champion that scenario, believing a fresh face could soothe tensions, bring renewed focus, and reassure governments that Tesla is no longer tied to a single polarizing figure. In this swirling environment, the uncertainty turns heavier. The next few months could see changes in trade policy, unanticipated breakthroughs, or even a pivot in Musk's personal brand. The question stands, is Tesla waiting on a spark to reignite, or is the brand smoldering from irreparable damage? As doubt creeps in, eyes turn to those who shape policy and to those investing in the EV future. The final act of this story may hinge on decisive voices, bold leadership, or perhaps a stroke of luck that none can predict. All signs point toward a turning point. Whether Tesla rebounds victoriously or spirals further into chaos will depend on swift and purposeful activity. Sharing accurate updates from mainstream outlets and first-hand accounts can curb the tide of misinformation that so often warps public perception. In an era of triumphs and trials, raw data can be more impactful than the loudest speculation. Voicing concerns to local representatives may also weigh on the broader outcome. If policymakers recognize how fully crippling a major automaker might hurt regional economies and stunt EV adoption, they may think twice before raising trade barriers. But what if Musk's critics are entirely off base? A contrarian chorus warns that Canada's punitive approach could backfire, sparking a global trade war that no one wins, especially consumers craving more electric options at affordable rates. For prospective EV owners, or those already behind the wheel of a Tesla, alternative choices continue to multiply. Rivian channels a rugged approach that resonates with adventure enthusiasts, while Lucid wows luxury buyers with advanced battery tech. Chinese brands, such as BYD, aggressively push into international markets, delivering a wide range of price points. Meanwhile, established giants recalibrate their factories for a massive pivot to electrification. This confluence of new players could redefine an entire generation's automotive preferences. Another wild card to watch is Dream Chaser expansions at SpaceX, or the rumored Starship development slated for late 2025. Observers suggest Musk might leverage successful aerospace milestones to recast Tesla's narrative as part of a grander ecosystem, possibly pooling resources if finances in one sector become precarious. In times of crisis, synergy across companies can be a game changer. One thing to consider, Tesla's brand reputation has pivoted before. From production hell to record deliveries, the company thrives on radical leaps. If honest pricing, fresh leadership voices, or a truly breakthrough model arrive at just the right moment, fortunes could reverse with shocking speed. But what is next? With Tesla on the brink, a narrow corridor exists between downfall and redemption. Many analysts assert that the story's direction may rest in the hands of those informed enough to act. For those convinced Tesla has lost its halo, negativity has become the norm. For others, hope remains that the brand's technology still paves the future of transportation. How then will looming decisions by government agencies, investors, and everyday citizens shape the next phase? This precarious juncture demands eyes wide open. Will the continuing tariffs push EV prices out of reach? Will a leadership revamp restore trust? Let us know in the comments below. Also, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.